Hello everybody, it's Fred Hassan with Sit Mean Sit Dog Training and our video for the day. Today we're going to do a little bit more with the barking command and getting ready for bark and holds with little Fender, who's approaching 6 months now. But today, Ashton's going to show us this with what, some PVC you got there, Ashton?
Yep, a little bit of PVC pipe.
All right, let's see this.
Fender out, down, hey, down, out, down, boy, guard.
All right, so he's teaching them the consistencies of these without a lot of animated stuff out of him. And just that the dog is just barking to his, hold on one second there, Ashton, so he can just, let's keep him in a down. And what I want you to do is very softly just tell him to guard, and let's see how this goes.
Guard.
So you're starting this passively, or you've been doing it other ways, or?
No, just starting passively. He already understands the concept of barking. Ow. He understands the concept of barking to get something. So what I'm doing here is just basically just getting him interested in what I have, and then holding it until he starts barking.
So will you do this with you have PVC, but will you do this with how many different objects would you do this with?
Do it with anything. At this point, he'll probably just bark at me even if I don't have something visible, because I've been getting him in the habit of, with a tennis ball or with whatever I happen to have, if it's out of sight, he's just in the habit of knowing that it's hidden somewhere on my body, so it's just conditioned to starting to bark.
So you're not going to just take an object that he's familiar with that he's going to bark for, what you probably started it with, no? Yeah. But then you're going to continue it with even objects that he may not be so excited about just to get the reliability, or would you just stay with one or two objects?
A lot of things. Eventually, I mean, at this point in his training, being young and new to the exercise, I want to do things that he enjoys playing with. So even though this is a piece of PVC, he really, you can see he's not hesitant about trying to grab it. He loves it. And so this is just building up his frustration level to the point where he's going to bark pretty readily and reliably. But I'm going to grab just a flat collar over here. This is something he's never really played with, but I can turn this is just a big agitation collar, I can turn this into a toy pretty easily, and then in turn we can have him even guard or bark for that. All I have to do is tease him a bit, play with it, and it becomes an out toy, and it's something that he can bite and he can play with. Just gotta watch out for the metal buckles. Good boy. Good job. Very good. So you can see it doesn't take much to get him interested in even something that's not even really a toy. Good boy. How about this? What do you like better? Says, I like what's moving. Good boy. Very good. So when I start putting this object out of sight, let's go, Fender. Guard. Yeah. And what I like to do as well with everything is I like to balance it out and teach him that the reward doesn't always come from the same hand or from the same spot on my body. If I wanted him to learn to target a very specific spot, like look up here and bark, the reward needs to come from up high. If I want him just to bark at my body, I want him to be guessing about where the reward's coming from. So I'm going to switch from left hand to right hand, Fender guard.
All right, let's see you do that now with that collar there.
Out. Down. Out. Down. Down.
He has no equipment on today.
No, he's naked today.
A naked little baby.
So if I get him excited first, it's going to be a lot easier to get him barking. But eventually, I want to be able to cue him to bark without any of the excitement. Fender guard. Guard. Good boy. Very good. Good boy. And what will also happen is we'll start teaching him, we're going to use a variety of different training devices to teach him not just to bark at me, but also bark at other things. So we can teach a bark and hold by having him go into a Schutzen blind, or have him go over to a bark box. You know, this is when we're doing search work, for instance, whether you're training for Schutzen or you're training your dog for search work, you want the dog not to be dependent on the handler watching them. And so this is a good way to start it, but we definitely want to proof it on other people and you know, getting him to the point where he's not watching the handler to bark. He's obviously looking somewhere else. boy. And down. Guard. Out. Guard. Under guard.
All right, very good. So we'll have to see the progression of this little guy. So until tomorrow.
Sit means sit.